Hi, I'm Chef Feng-Feng Yeh here with Tucson Foodie, and it's cherry season. What we're doing with cherries is we're making the charcuterie board of grilled cheeses.
We're making a cherry bomb grilled cheese.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna use this walnut bread that I got from Time Market, and we're gonna stuff it with cheese. So I have brie cheese and I have gruyère. Then we're gonna make also this cherry sauce. So since it's cherry season, we're gonna make kind of like a fruity sauce to balance like the nuttiness of the bread and have some savory-ish kind of element with the onions, but we're gonna caramelize them. It's gonna be so good and very decadent, and I can't wait. So we're gonna put some butter in a saucepan like this, and we're gonna have it on kind of like medium heat. And then you're gonna do, I used half of this like baby onion. And then, then we're gonna put the onions in here. And we're just gonna kind of like caramelize them a bit. So while that's happening, I'm gonna just check to see if I can tie a knot with the cherry stem, because that's what I do. I don't know if that's what you guys do, but I like to test my dexterity. Their cherries are so good right now. They're gonna be really juicy, and we're pairing it with this port wine, which is gonna be like very sweet and add some richness and complexity to balance the cheese. Let's see, by the time I caramelize these onions, I'll have this tied into a knot. It's almost there. Oh, I think I got it and then it popped out. Did I get it?
I don't think so.
Yes, this is what chefs do when they're cooking. So it's getting kind of brown now. Looks good, smells good. I'm gonna add some cherries. So we have some desert provision salt, which is local, Sonoran salt, and just like a little bit. This is so decadent and rich, and I love using fruits in an unconventional kind of way. So we're gonna kind of like let this go for now, because it's gonna take a little bit. Oh my God, look, I tied it in a knot. And at this point, I'm gonna add my favorite part, the port, which is from Portugal, via Time Market as well. It's really good. So, we're just gonna dump a few, like, tablespoons in here. And we're getting all saucy now. This is gonna be so good. So this recipe, I've never done this recipe before, and I'm basing it off of one of my favorite grilled cheeses that is at a restaurant that's no longer in service. That was in New York. It was called Fat Radish, and it had this like fat bread, and in between it had like caramelized onions, and it had like dates in it. So this is kind of like my riff on the fat radish grilled cheese. And I'm gonna taste it to see if we need to add anything. It's really good. Actually needs a little bit more port, and I would say just a touch of sugar. So that's the sauce. So it's gonna be like really drippy, and it's gonna have these chunky bits of cherry that are gonna be warm alongside the cheese. Look at all these walnuts in here. This is gonna be so good. So I wanna get the thickest part of the bread. So just the center. Because I read some thread on Instagram that was, I forgot who said this, but they were talking about how they didn't like artisanal breads for grilled cheese because it like makes your mouth raw. So we're gonna mitigate for that person's taste and take off the artisanal crust, but then reapply it in a different way. So it's gonna be very fun. So I'm gonna cut this into thirds because we need to build layers for this cheese and cherry sauce. So we're gonna make like a little cavity in between. I always feel like when I do this that I'm like doing the Kylie Jenner like cucumber cut, but it kind of helps me right now to stabilize the bread. Am I the Kylie Jenner of bread, cutting bread? What we're gonna do right now is get rid of the crusts. We are subverting the grilled cheese. So we're gonna make like a little cube. We're gonna chop these up, but first we're gonna take this and I'm gonna get my paring knife and make a little cavity here. You can use a cookie cutter if you want, but I am just using a paring knife. All right, so we have a cavity hole for this. We're gonna place it on top of here. We're gonna butter this. It's not have it room temperature, unlike me, so it can stick better. Just for good measure, I'm going to put some of the egg wash on here just so that it will stick for longer. So I'm gonna just scoop some of this here into here. I'm gonna put some of this gruyere in here. I'm just gonna do a teeny bit because we're doing just like baby sandwich. Oops. All right, I guess I can stuff it. I'm gonna put the lid on it now. And I'm gonna pray that this all sticks together. So we're gonna cut these into little pieces now. So you can make croutons out of this and put it in salads, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna toast these, throw them in the Robot and make some breadcrumbs. Remember our little cube that we made? Put some egg wash on it and then put it in this breadcrumb, and then we're gonna put it on the skillet and fry each side and make the grilled cheese. So we're gonna put some butter in the pan, and I'll put some olive oil just to help it along. So let's get to breading. So you wanna coat each side. This is almost like a stuffed French toast in a way too. Oh my God, this is gonna be crazy. We just did breading the other day with Devin Sander, and I totally did not take his advice of one dry hand and one wet hand, but you know, I'll learn one day. Let's go. So we're gonna flip it. Ooh, this is gonna be so good. Yeah, so we're just gonna continue to flip it. Ooh, this is kind of like a donut. So that's my bougie grilled cheese. So, ooh, it's all oozy there. Look at this ooziness. It's so good. That is so decadent. It's buttery. I kind of want more sauce, so good thing I, you know, don't be afraid to add more if you want. Definitely try it, guys, because I'm gonna think about grilled cheese sandwiches in a different way now. This changed my life. You have to try this.